And finally, Slipknot are back with The End So Far, the last release they had with Roadrunner Records. What do you think?
Well, the start of Adderall had me thinking, wow, Slipknot are going to do something really different and innovative here. This opener sounds like it could be in the GTA San Andreas soundtrack. This is really cool. But then, as the album goes on, it feels like they didn't do anything new whatsoever, really. It by no means suggests it's a bad album, though. I really enjoy the atmospheric nature of Yen and Medicine for the Dead. The brutal blast beats on Hive Mind and the sheer intensity of Hell. But I can't help but feel that when you're a band as big as Slipknot, you kind of, when you're as band as big as Slipknot and you've been doing this for as long as they have, you've kind of either got to set the bar through innovation or raise the bar by doing the same thing but better, I guess. And it kind of sadly, I feel like Slipknot kind of stalled a little bit here, and it's quite a forgettable album when you compare it to some of their older stuff, I think.
I think this album, and seeing people's response to this album is like a lesson in checking expectations, because I think there are people, and I think maybe sometimes I'm guilty of this, that think we're going to get an Iowa 2, and that they are not in that mindset. Or
well, it's like I just said about Architects. Yeah. It's not going to happen again because they're
circumstances
different people now. They're in a different position than they were.
And I think when you're as iconic as Slipknot are, I feel like whatever you do is going to have a degree of being underwhelmed. Do you know what I mean? There are definitely things on this album that I really, really enjoyed. I think Yen is one of their most interesting songs of the post-Joey and Paul era.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a perfect display of what they can do in terms of heaviness and melody melded into one. I think there are songs on this album that are really enjoyable. Warranty I really liked, and Hive Mind I think stands out. But there was just a couple of really odd decisions, like Adderall to open the album. I think was just a strange move.
It's like I said, it makes you think it's going to be this way, but then they don't really address that style at any other point across the album.
For me, I kept expectations low because although I think some of the singles are the better tracks on the album, like Chapel Town and Rag, as soon as that came on again, I was like, this is familiar and I like this and I enjoy this. And like you say, Yen, I think is one of the best ones on there. There's a lot of the tracks in between that kind of flew past me and just kind of happened, and I was like, oh crap, I'm a bit later on the album now. Like you say with Hive Mind, I love that. Having that build that's really kind of atmospheric before the chuggy guitars and the blast beats and the big chorus scream. It's wonderful for me. It's aggressive. It's in your face with the keg hits. You kind of get a bit of a feel of that nostalgia, some chaotic energy, and then the chorus kind of feel like there's some organisation and a bit of rest before the chaos ensues again. You mentioned Warranty, Alex, and I think Warranty is a track that is a bit of a reminder that alongside the great instrumental, some of the strong riffs and drum sections they have, that Corey is actually still one of the best vocals, has some of the best vocals in metal after being present in the scene for so long. I feel there's so much force, anger, intent in the performance, and that he demands attention in particular on that track, almost like standing in defiance that people forget how good vocally he is. And then again, Dan, you mentioned Hell, and that kind of gave me some nice old vibes of Slipknot. That fast-paced vocal delivery took me back to Spit It Out and Only One off the debut album. Last couple of songs after that didn't really do anything for me, and it's a bit like I said with the Architects album. If I can grab a few songs out of this that I can now put in a Slipknot set list, wonderful. I don't think it's a poor album. I don't think it's Slipknot's worst album. I think it's fairly solid, and there are some big tunes on it, but I still think they could do better.
I've got two questions for you there now.
Go.
What's their worst album?
All Hope Is Gone.
And if you were to pick three, you said 3 songs to add to a set list, didn't you? If you were to pick 3 songs off this album to add to the set list, what would you pick?
Personally, Yen, Hive Mind, and Hell.
Thank you.
Interesting.
What would you pick?
Yen and the Dying Song.
Not third song, just 2?
Just 2, yeah.
I think I'd be the same as James.